Welcome back, folks. This is my devlog 2 for this level kit I'm working on here. And I'll be completely honest with you, we're for the most part done already. It was a simple project and one of the beginning ones to start to get us going here. But honestly, it's been a lot of fun and I've got a few things to show you guys compared to last time I was here with you. So, some things will look the same, some will be a little bit different, but I'll go through them. One of them being the UI. So, we've actually got tabs here, so we can go through select, transform, organization, and the details. And I'll go through each one of those as we go through here. So, as you can see, if I was to select these, and now we can actually use a button here to actually select our actors. And you can see that we've got a counter here which updates whenever we select things, which is really cool, and we can clear those as well. We can also do a select all matching static meshes, and as you can see, gets all those selected for us. So if we need to find everything in a level which has the same static mesh, wonderful. We have that there sorted and ready. Next, what we've got is the transform tools. Now, I did manage to get a point where I actually got the location stuff working, even to the point of where I could actually see it moving. Then I closed out for the day and then reopened it without doing anything else, and it broke. I could still move things, but you couldn't see the preview anymore, and for the life of me, I couldn't work out why. It's one of those things, it just broke for no reason. So I ended up scrapping it. It was kind of finicky anyway, and it makes more sense to come in here if you want to do that kind of stuff anyway, or just use the tools here to shift them around. Much better way of doing it. So instead, I've opted in to do just a few adjustment tools more than anything else. So for example, as you can see here for our location tools, we have a location offset. So since we haven't got any locked on at the moment, that's just going to go off to the side here. But if I was to undo that, and let's say we do a X and Y lock, so that's just going to go up, we can do a location offset, and you can see that goes up. We can also do a random location offset. So you see, they'll go in all kind of different directions, which is awesome. Which means we can have a little bit of scattering around if we want to be able to scatter loot around in a level, which is really cool. We've also got the rotation tool, so you'll remember these from last time, where we can do these small increments and kind of get a little bit more finicky with how we want to do things. Same again, we can do a little scroll box here, and we can do a rotation offset. We can lock these as well, so it does it on one axis, and we also got the random, which is amazing. And then for the scale ones, kind of like the rotation here, got small little increments that we can do. We can reset. Gets a little bit weird for some reason for these boxes. The lighting goes a bit dodgy, but it'll come back in just a moment. Then we've also got the scale offset. So I could jump this up to maybe 2, and that gets scaled up like that. Or we can come ahead through rotate like that and do all the amazing things. And then obviously random as well. There you go, they'll come back now. And then lastly, one of the ones that we've got is a flip tool. So this is technically another scale tool, but just for the ease for a designer who may not understand the mechanics, it basically flips the scale value. So for example, 5.5, if I was to actually show you guys this, if we shrink this down all the way to 0, you'll see it gets really, really squished. But once we get to a minus again, you'll see that starts to become another normal, but flipped. So if I was just to do minus 5.5, just so we can bring that back to normal. And then if I was to come and do a flip, after I select it, of course, sorry, as we do that. So then we'll do a flip. And you see that goes from side to side, or we can go up and down, or because there's no back on it, if I was to do a flip C, that also does that as well. So little handy stuff, especially if you've got things that aren't all symmetrical. It just means you can get a little bit more detailed with that. And then lastly, we have the look at tool. I flipped these again by mistake before a second ago. You can see not doing anything other than selecting them and they're coming back. We have the target here. So we can now do an eyedropper to select the target we want these to look at. And then if we do a look at target, these are all going to come through here and start looking at that. I was going to do that, but then I remembered that the front wasn't the the thing. But yeah, as you can see, starts looking through there. We saw that last time. That's cool. Now, organization, we've got the rename tool. You'll remember this from last time. We'll just call this Jeff. rename. They're all called Jeff now. We can also group these so they get all grouped together. We can also ungroup them, and we can even move them into folders. Really nice stuff. Bring it all together. And then lastly, we've got the detail one. So if you want to get into the nitty-gritty of an asset, just the ones that you want, you've got this here, the detail view, which we kind of touched on last time as well. So got a few more things in here, but ultimately, as you can see, we can access the mesh, materials, physics, lighting, etc., without needing to be overwhelmed by everything that's in the detail panel here. So overall, much cleaner, much nicer. Yeah, folks, that's all there really is to it. Like I said, it's all complete. Might come back to it if there's any inspiration for other little bits and bobs that I want to add. But yeah, this project's done. Next, we're going to be moving on to a building generation tool, which will be really cool to do. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll catch you guys around. All right, cheers now.